Okay, so Alan wants me to get on here and talk about our newest venture. First, he asked me to address my background today, which, as you'll notice, is a very lush jungle and swamp, but will be a very nice pool once we get the time to work on that.
Hey Sarah,
What?
why haven't we had any time to work on the house?
We haven't had any time to work on the house, our new house, because the house that we moved out of, we decided to turn it into an Airbnb.
Wait, we decided to turn it into
And
an
by
Airbnb?
we, I mean me. So I had decided that we were going to sell that house and use the profit to fix this house. And then after we were already under contract for this house, and had already told all of our friends and neighbors that we were moving, I changed my mind and decided that I was going to turn it into an Airbnb because our neighbor does it, and if he can do it, I can do it. And that's not really why. I mean, I guess that was like kind of our inspiration. I don't think I'd ever thought about turning my house into an Airbnb until two of my neighbors did. And then I saw the money they were bringing in, and I thought, I don't know why anyone wants to stay in Plano for vacation, but they do, and they pay a lot of money to do it. So here we are.
So that's why we have a swamp.
That's why we have a swamp, because I'm also in charge of the pool, and so I've been busy doing Airbnb. But maybe in the next video, I'll be in front of like a beautiful, clear pool with a working pump, but not today.
So how much work was it to get the Airbnb going?
Well, we spent a year fixing the house and making it beautiful, so that was obviously the hardest part. But the difference between getting the house ready to sell and getting the house ready to be an Airbnb is mostly furnishings. So if you think about everything that you use day to day in your house, that stuff has to be at the Airbnb. Everything from your dishes and pots and pans to linens and towels, and it's like a hotel but with 4 bedrooms, a full kitchen, 2 bathrooms, you know, that sort of thing.
So is that why we're living in a giant construction zone with zero furniture?
Oh, right. So I guess we should just blame this on me as
Yeah.
well. We have no furniture other than the beds we're sleeping in, and honestly, we're lucky to have those because I purchased new beds for the Airbnb, and so we don't have a couch, we don't have a television, we don't have a dining room table or chairs, or we actually don't even have flooring in most of the house because the previous owner, I think, had like dogs or something, and it bothered my allergies, so we ripped up all the carpet, and so most of the floors are actually concrete. And
All right, so that seems like a pretty big risk. How's it going?
Right. So it was a pretty big risk, even though I had a little bit of market research from our neighborhood and surrounding areas and the Airbnbs there. I did find some that were similar to ours, so I had some information, but we definitely went out on a limb because we've never hosted on Airbnb. And in fact, we've only stayed in a couple, and so I didn't know a whole lot about it. But it's going really well. Hopefully, our first guests are staying there right now. Hopefully, they're having a nice time. And it's currently, the second weekend in April,
Mm-hmm.
and we have every weekend booked between now and the end of June. So, and like 1 or 2 weeks in there as well. I definitely would like some more weekday bookings, but the weekends filled up. I mean, I think it's like 12 bookings that filled up in, let's see, it went live
9 days ago.
I was gonna say a little over a week ago.
Yeah.
So we have more bookings than we have days that we have had it listed. So,
All right.
yep.
So what are we turning our attention to now? What are we hoping to accomplish next?
Well, the kitchen was so gross. We just pulled off some of the cabinet doors, and then I scrubbed the shelves, and we're trying to put some of our kitchen stuff away. Hopefully in the next 2 or 3 days, I can cook something. The pool, obviously it's getting warm outside, and we need to address the pump and filter, which works on occasion. And so we have someone coming next week to help us pull it apart and see what's wrong with it and see if we need a new system for that. I guess I gotta go.